So you want the best lawn possible, but feeding it and cutting it isn't enough. You need to carry out some of the cultural practices such as scarifying and verticutting. But what is verticutting? What does it do? And why do you need to do it? I'm Rich from Mode, and if you watch a lot of our videos, you'll easily get the best lawn in the town. So we've got the Allett Stirling 20-inch, and one of the benefits of this lawnmower is how quick and easy it is to change out cassettes. At the minute we have the 10-blade lawnmower that we've just cut the lawn with, and within 15 seconds we'll swap it out for this verticutting cassette. But why do I need to put a verticutting cassette into the lawnmower? So depending on the lawn and the type of grass that you have, verticutting will enable the new cartridge that we've put in to actually cut vertically down into the grass, as opposed to when you normally cut across the grass. This is great for the grass types that like to spread and have stolons that go across the surface of the grass, because when you cut the stolon it will then root and shoot, so you'll get a much denser grass. It's also brilliant for some of those weed grasses and keeping those in control. Annual meadow grass is everybody's battle when you're trying to have a really fine lawn, and if you regularly verticut, it'll just help you manage that. But the main reason that you would verticut is to keep control of the thatch levels. Now thatch is that organic matter, so when you cut your lawn, not all of the grass clippings will go into the basket. Some of it will land on the floor, and then some of the old dead roots that over time they will break down and become this dead organic matter. And what that's doing, it's lying between the grass and the soil and stopping the water and all the nutrients getting down to the root zone. So the lower you can keep your thatch levels, the better it is for your lawn. Traditionally we've scarified in kind of spring and autumn time, and the scarification is a really deep kind of aggressive practice to do, and it takes a while for your lawn to recover from it. Now using a verticutter on a regular basis means you can be a lot less aggressive with the thatch control, and it will just help the lawn maintain its appearance over the summer period. So we're now going to verticut this lawn, just the bottom section of it, and you'll see how it picks up some of the thatch and the dead grass and weeds, and you'll also see how easily this 56 volt 10 ampere Ego battery powers through this lawn. So as well, if you cut your lawn in stripes as we have here, obviously the whole point here is that we've laid grass going that way and we've laid the other grass going that way, and that has created that kind of shadow and the reflection, which is the light and the dark element of that stripe. If you keep doing that, eventually this grass is actually going to start growing sideways, which is actually bad for the plant health. So every now and then verticutting it will stop that grass growing sideways, it will help stand it up and means you get a much cleaner cut. So what height do I need to set the Stirling for the verticutting? Well, on the side we have the height gauge and we adjust it with this knob here, but the easy thing to see is the verticutting height is set in white down here. So I only want to go quite light today, so I'm going to set it at 0 on the white gauge, and that should easily, yeah, that's perfect. You can see what's actually just been pulled up from there. There's a lot of the dead grass and a bit of the thatch layer. So I know that that is a nice light treatment. The important thing when you're verticutting is to only do it when the grass is actively growing. You don't want it to be too dry. And if you do it in the middle of summer, just make sure the lawn is well fed and that you get plenty of water into it. So because I cut the lawn that way, generally we're going to verticut across it today. So we've already set the height, and I'm just going to move up and down just like I would if I was normally cutting the lawn. Now you can already see after one pass the type of material we've got coming out here. There's quite a lot of it, and it's dead grass, a little bit of new grass that you can see how it's cut the shoots sideways, so that's going to encourage sideways growth now, but a lot of thatch in there which has been kicked out. So we'll be emptying this basket probably every 2 to 3 runs, but then once we've cut it again afterwards, you'll barely be able to tell the difference. So I'm just going to get this finished. So one of the important things when you're verticutting is that you slow right down. It's much better to set the machine so it's just tickling the surface, but actually move nice and slowly. That way you're not going to disturb the soil too much and give the grass the best chance of recovery. Best thing about this Allett Stirling is that you can go really slow. You can go down to 0.8 miles per hour. You'll see how well this is working as well by the stripes that are starting to appear. The verticutting blade really is altering the lie of the grass. It's standing it up and then moving it in the direction that the cylinder is spinning. So if you need any evidence that it is working, there you go. And have a quick look at this. Look at that. You can see the kind of dead grass or the beige brown grass in there that's coming out, even some of the weeds as well. That is why we verticut. Okay, so the verticutting's been done. You can see the strength of the stripe that we've got. Now it's just time to swap out and finish it with a nice cut. And you'll see these stripes really pop in, but you can also see when you look at the ground how it has stood up a lot of the grass and cut down through it. So let's get this cut completed and see what it looks like at the end. So there we go, verticutting your lawn with a cassette like this in an Allett machine like this can give you these kind of results. Now I know the stripes are popping, they're looking great. That's not the primary purpose of the verticutter. It is to break up the stolons and to get the grass to grow upwards instead of along the top of the soil, and part of your thatch management. A couple of things to note: don't be too aggressive with your verticutting. Regular and light is far better, and turn the machine down so it goes nice and slowly. And make sure that your grass is well fed and well watered while it recovers. Every time you do a verticut as well, take a different direction. Don't get into the habit of cutting and verticutting in the same direction. Basically treat it like the face of a clock and go in a different direction every time. That'll give you the best possible lawn. So verticutting is one part of having a lovely lawn. The other is your feeding program. Right now it's summertime, and that's when we would be sending out our Feels Like Summer fertilizer 1239. It has 2% iron to really help that grass pop that deep emerald color, and also magnesium to help it use the sunlight and that photosynthesis. You get a really healthy grass plant that is going to give you the best looking stripe. Not only that, the healthiest looking lawn. But don't worry, you don't even have to remember, because you can subscribe to one of our lawn care plans where we will send you the right seasonal fertilizer just at the right time to put it down. We'll send it you in exactly the right amount, and we'll send it to your door. The easiest way to the perfect lawn this summer. So thanks for watching today's video on verticutting. If you want to see the full review of this Allett Stirling mower, then you can click up here, but YouTube also thinks you'll be interested in this video, so click down here to see one of our others.